it's Mr. Richards again. Today we're taking notes over environmental cycles. And so I believe I'm going to do this in two parts just so that the video is not too long. So let's go ahead and get this PowerPoint brought up here. Put me up here somewhere in the corner. Down here looks good. All right. BioGeoChemical Cycles. Oh, that sounds like fun, doesn't it? Oh my. All right, let's just jump right in here. Okay, so let's talk about nutrient cycling. Okay, so here's the way it works. Nutrients, and in case you don't know what nutrients are the molecules, elements, that kind of stuff that living organism, life forms, need to survive, need to carry out their life processes. Nutrients move through the environment endlessly. It's a constant cycle over and over and over and over again. And then the law of conservation of matter. Now there's a law. In other words, this is what we observe. We observe that matter is never created or destroyed. It just changes, fill in the blank, form. You got it. All right. So the law of conservation of matter states that matter is not created or destroyed. It just simply changes form. And so what I want to do is first off, right off the bat, we're going to do a talking point just for the fun of it. All right. So what I want you to do is find somebody, all right, wherever you are, all right, and ask them, what are some life processes? So let's think about that. What are some life processes? What are some things that living organisms use nutrients for? So I'm going to sit here and wait for you to come back. I'm not going to do anything else until you go talk to somebody. So get up right now or turn to your shoulder partner or whatever it is you need to do and talk to somebody about what life processes are. All right, welcome back. Okay, thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it when you do that. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about what some life processes are. All right, so breathing. Oh, that's a really good one, yes. What about playing on your phones? Really enjoy doing that. Reading a book. And my favorite thing, really one of my favorite things to do is to eat. And that's kind of unique because we eat to get energy so that we can eat more. That's right. And so it's kind of like, yay, we get to eat food and eat more and more food. Yes. All right, go to the bathroom. That's another one. Got to do that. Grow, replace cells, grow hair. You know, I always got to go get a haircut. The lady that cut my hair last time didn't do a very good job. My wife usually cuts my hair, but her hand's messed up, so anyway, I get sidetracked easily. I apologize. All right. So yeah, hair grows, fingernails grow. Those are all life processes. Reproduction's a life process. That's an important one. Interacting with our environment is a life process. And so to do those things, all living organisms require nutrients. So nutrients are very important, very, very important. All right. So the carbon cycle is our first biogeochemical cycles. All right. So the carbon cycle describes how carbon moves through the environment. And there's three main parts. The producers. Producers are organisms that produce their own food. Examples of that would be like plants, algae, flowers. Flowers are plants, by the way, but it's just another one of those things. And so they produce their own food, usually by doing photosynthesis. In other words, they take energy from the sun and store it in a chemical called glucose. All right. Consumers are organisms that eat other organisms to obtain nutrients. And you guessed it, you and I, we are consumers. We are not producers. We can't make our own energy. We can't go stand out in the sun and go, oh, I'm so hungry, I'm going to go get some sunlight. Oh, man, that sun feels so good. I'm getting full. Okay, it's time to go back inside. Yeah, we can't do that. It'd be nice if we could, wouldn't it? Get hungry, just go stand out in the sun for a little bit, get some energy. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? But unfortunately, we're not made that way. So, we have to eat either other consumers or other producers to obtain energy or to obtain nutrients. And then there are things that are called decomposers. All right? And decomposers are organisms that break down wastes and dead organisms into nutrients that other organisms can use. So, for example, when a plant dies, all right, an organism, not a organism, but organisms come in and break the plant down and return the nutrients that were stored in that plant back to the soil so that other plants can use them. And when animals die, the same thing happens. All right, and so they break down wastes and convert it into nutrients that living organisms can use. So they need us and we need them. It's a pretty cool thing. That's why it's called a cycles, because it just keeps going on and on and on, circle, 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 that kind of stuff. All right. Remember, anytime you see the word cycle right here, cycle, that means it continues on and on and on and on. All right. Okay, let's see what's next. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's next. Come on, change slides. There we go. The food chain. All right, so the food chain explains just one link. All right, just one cycle. For example, all right, so we'll start right over here with plants. All right, and so the deer eats the plants, and a food chain shows how energy moves or nutrients move from one organism to another. And so energy from the plants go into the deer, and so the deer is eating the plants, we can see that. And then the lion sees the deer and thinks, that looks tasty. Deer's tasty, isn't it? Oh yeah. If you haven't had deer, try it. It's really, really good. I like deer. All right. And so the lion is going to get energy and nutrients from the deer, and then unfortunately, sometime in the future, the lion is going to die, expire, no longer exist, and then decomposers down here at the bottom are going to break down the lion into the nutrients that plants need to give to the deer, to give to another lion, and so on, and it cycles over and over and over and over again. All right, so that's a food chain. A food web describes how a whole bunch of organisms interact with each other and the environment to gain nutrients and resources. All right, nutrients and energy, sorry. So, and once again, the arrows show, all right, where all the energy comes from, okay? So, grasshoppers get their energy from grass, mouse gets it from grass, rabbits get it from grass. The kookaburra, I have no idea what that is. Someone tell me what that is, please. I have no idea. I've never heard of that before in my life. All right, they get their energy from a mouse. Eagles get their energy either from a snake or from a kookaburra. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. All right, and so a food web shows whatever this here. Okay, so here's an assignment for you. This is what I want you to do. I want you to create your own food chain, all right? And instead of the lion being right here, where'd my mouse cursor go? There we go. All right. Instead of the lion being right here, I want you to put yourself right there. All right. So I want you to put down something that you would eat. All right. And then something that would eat. All right. And then unfortunately, one day we're going to have to decompose and put us right here. All right. And then I want you to make a food web. And I want you to do a food web for something around your house. Okay, so wherever you live, think about the animals and the insects and the plants and that kind of stuff around where you live. All right, so if you have to, go out and do some observations, see what's out there. And I want you to make a food web of what's outside your house, that's in your environment. Okay, any questions about that? Awesome. Okay, let's move on. Oh, and if you're in my class, that will be a graded assignment that you'll be turning it in. So, I don't know if your teacher or whoever's watching this will make you do that, but if you're in my class, you have to do that. All right. The carbon cycle continued. All right, so let's talk about how this works. Now, this is the part that I like. I'm really big into like all this stuff right here. I think it's really, really cool. Okay, so in the carbon cycle, you have two processes. The first is called photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is the chemical process that stores energy. If you don't know what photosynthesis is, and you're watching this video, this is something that you absolutely need to know. And the reason why is because this is the process that allows you to live. And I don't know about you, but I like to live. I like being alive. I like doing all the things involved with being alive. And without this process, guess what? We don't exist. So this is very important. Okay, so this is complicated, but I'm going to break it down. This right here, CO2, is carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide and H2O, water, all right, with light energy turns into, and this right here, C6H12O6, is glucose or sugar and oxygen. So in other words, a plant will take carbon dioxide from the air and water, usually from the ground, plus light energy, which usually comes from the sun, and through a chemical process inside its leaves, will convert that into sugar and oxygen. All right, which these are two things that we need, and this is something that we give off, and we give off this. And so the only thing that's missing that we don't give the plants is energy from the sun. So this photosynthesis, this top part, is what plants do. All right, so producers do this, consumers do this. It's called cellular respiration. Now, it's not your cells breathing like no, breathing, all right? It is a chemical process that releases energy from food. So when you eat something, all right, goes down into your stomach, all right, processes happen, acids break down the food and the molecules, and eventually we get down to a single glucose molecule, C6H12O6. 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 6 oxygen. And then we need something. We need oxygen. So if you've ever wondered why you have to breathe, it's because we need oxygen to release the energy from our food. That's it. That's what we use oxygen for. Every time that we breathe, we do it so that our cells, because this cellular respiration, this right here, I tried putting to the screen, didn't work very well. Our cells do cellular respiration to release energy from glucose so that they can carry out their function. So eye cells let you see, nose cells let you smell, all right, tongue cells let you taste stuff, all right, ear cells let you hear, all right, nerve cells let you feel. So everything that you can do, everything that your cells do, hair follicles, hair cells make your hair grow. All right, remember my bad haircut? Sorry, guys. It'll grow out, I promise. They do cellular respiration to release energy from sugar. And so the way it works is our bodies take sugar, that's glucose right there, and oxygen, and convert it into carbon dioxide and water, and then we get the energy out for our cells to do something. So we exhale the carbon dioxide, and can anybody guess where the water goes? That's right, you pee it out, okay? Some of it gets restored and recycled in your body, but excess water gets, peed out. All right, and then our cells use the energy. All right, and so just in case you didn't know, and you wanted to get a little advanced information for biology, this energy is in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. All right, and so that's what this converts into ATP. And ATP is like the gasoline that our cells run on. So our cars run on gasoline, our cells run on ATP, adenosine triphosphate. All right, so this is a cycle that goes on and on and on forever and ever and ever. All right, inside a living organism where cellular respiration takes place that releases energy from the food that we eat, and then the byproducts of it, carbon dioxide and water, get turned into sugar and oxygen inside the plant, and so it just keeps going around in a circle. And in case you're wondering what these 6s are right here, that shows how many of the carbon dioxide and water it takes to create one glucose atom. So 6 carbon dioxides plus 6 waters with light energy equals 1 sugar plus 6 oxygens. And the same thing goes down here. It takes 1 sugar molecule, 1 glucose molecule with 6 oxygens will turn into 6 carbon dioxide and 6 waters, and then we get energy out of it. And so that's all that means. This balances the equation, because if you just put carbon dioxide and water over here, how do you get these 6 carbons? Well, those 6 carbons come from this, the 6 C's. But anyway, that's the way that works. Okay, so we are going to talk about this in the next video. All right, well, thanks for watching. Have a great day.